Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. I have been talking about doing an intro for so long and I have not done it. So today I decided to do it. But before I get started, if any of you follow me on Snap, you're gonna know the background story of this video. It's probably TMI, but I'm gonna share it because there's a lesson in it. Like I said, I have been procrastinating this video for probably like the entire length of my channel. I've been watching everybody at the Olympia and putting myself down for not being there, not being a part of it. So I was like, you know what? Go fix yourself. Go make yourself feel good. Put on like your new sports bra from your best friend for your birthday. Go put your face on, maybe brush your hair, and you get in front of that camera and you make a video. So I did. And I sat here for 25 minutes. 25 minutes. All right, 23 minutes and like 50 seconds. And the camera just decided to like overheat. So I like shut it off. I go watch how the video went. If like, okay, if like I have something on my nose or like to see if it came out good and to see where I left off. And there was nothing on my nose, but my nipple was out. My nipple was out the entire 25 minutes through this lovely piece of mesh netting. So yeah, TMI, I get that. But the moral of the story is that I actually just had this conversation with Joe. If you make a decision to be a better person, or you make a decision to take charge of your life or make a big change, the universe is gonna test you. It wants to make sure that you're really sure that you want this. So it's gonna put you down and it's gonna knock you down. And that's exactly what the universe did to me today. It was like, oh yeah, you wanna make a YouTube intro video? What's the worst thing you could do? Just have her boob out for the whole world to see. But moral of the story is that you are always going to continuously be tested, and that's okay. But you need to be strong enough to recognize that it's just a test. It's not the universe saying, stop trying, stop, just go back to that unhappy, stagnant place that you're in. It's the universe being like, if you want this, you're going to have to work for it. It's actually the universe telling you that you're on the right path. So if you're on a path that you want to be on, but you keep getting freaking slapped, or I don't know, your boob falls out, like, you're going in the right direction. I promise. You get right back on that horse, you make sure that everything's covered, and you keep riding. I'm gonna keep tracking the whole video now. All right, so my story, here goes. My entire life, I was never into sports, but always into food. Hated working out, hated sweating. I originally was into fashion and art. I dressed up to school all day, like high heels, stilettos every freaking day. I didn't own sweatpants. I remember those days where like people, oh, just throw on your sweatpants, or like, it's like pajama day. I'm like, but I don't own those. Like, I don't like them. Never stretchy pants. Never had a pair of sneakers. Really, never had a pair of sneakers. I don't know. God, it's crazy how that happens. In high school, never liked sports. I tried all the sports. The only sport that I ever played was tennis. That was the beginning, I guess, of my fitness kind of journey. The beginning of my athletic ability, because I didn't really have any other than that. And I was a good tennis player. I had hip surgery in like 11th grade. It was a really big surgery. So thinking back on it now, I'm so grateful that I had an incredible surgeon, and my mom drove me into the city twice a week for physical therapy because she refused to give me anything but the best. Because who knows, maybe I wouldn't be here right now doing squats and all of these butts and guts videos. For that, I am grateful. I really wasn't a girly girl, but I loved fashion. So I went to school to be in fashion design and art in Chicago. Yeah, my heels stopped there because I was walking way too much. I didn't really like it all that much. Came home, I'm from Long Island, New York. Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Started working out because I just had that. I had what a lot of girls have, that hate for their body. I was surrounding myself with people that were just not good for me. People who had, you know, problems with food themselves, who didn't take care of their bodies in healthy ways. They were focusing on a goal that I was focusing on also, which was, all right, let's see how skinny I can get. Because I was in fashion, I loved that bony look. I got really skinny at one point and I would like round my shoulders out so you could see my bones because I was so distorted in my head that I swear that's the reason why I have trap issues now, because I was constantly rounding and I was constantly cold because I wasn't eating. I was malnourished. So I was like that all the time. And it's crazy what things like that do to you, but it's part of your story. A lot of girls struggle with that, and it's kind of just like a known thing. It's just something that all girls go through because girls are really mean. God, my hair is so frizzy. God, no. I'm about to say my hair is so frizzy and I'm talking about how girls are so mean, but like I should not be being mean to myself. I love this mane. Anyway, so I was really just wanting that really skinny look, and I was determined to do anything to get there. Don't want to say necessarily that I like had an eating disorder. I think that all girls have an eating disorder at some point. I really am convinced of that. I think that it's just accepted. Parents don't realize what they're doing half of the time that all the girls do, and I think it takes a really, really, really long time for anybody to get past that and for it to really ever go away. I was never like in therapy for something like that, thankfully, but I struggled with, I think, everything. I think I struggled with anorexia, I struggled with bulimia, I struggled with, exercise bulimia, with body dysmorphia, everything. Like, and I don't want to say like everybody does that, so it's not a big deal, but I'm sure that half of you watching have either contemplated it, have done it and not said anything, or have done it and have talked about it with their friends, and like I'm sure they've joked about it too. Like, girls are messed up when they're young. So pretty much I was just not with the right people. I was doing a lot of exercising, a lot of like P90X and beach body things, and I started to get like those cuts and I loved it. So from there, I continuously wanted to be skinnier. Started to learn about veganism, and I was like, ooh, like maybe that's like my fix. Like maybe I'll just get really skinny that way. And as much as that was like a really back of my head intention, because it was really about health for me at that point. I wanted to be healthy. It was a tiny bit about the animal things once I learned about it. I just wanted to be healthy and vibrant, but I wanted to be skinny. I found kickboxing and boxing and I loved it. From there I moved to Florida, which is where I started teaching boxing, kickboxing at Punch Boxing for Fitness in Tampa. I met a guy named Ernie there who was my co-worker, and he had done bodybuilding competitions. Ernie taught me a lot about bodybuilding and I started lifting. It was awesome. That really started my whole journey. But the whole vegan aspect of things, I went to school to be a health coach at that time. That helped me immensely with just body image and intentions and mindfulness and awareness. And I went to go get yoga teacher certified. So I'm an RIT 200 hour in Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is actually how you say it. From there, I ended up moving back to New York. So I started teaching yoga up here. And then I found UFC Gym in Comac, Long Island, which is like my home. It's such a great family that we have there. That this is where UFC Gym is like really where I did a lot of self-growth. Side note, I get tongue-tied so much. Sometimes my brain runs faster than my mouth can, and my friends and Joe, they all freaking make fun of me all the time because I just combine words. And all the time. I'm laughing because my mom does it and I'm the same way, and she's Polish, so they always just like, it's the Polish and your mom and you, and I just combine them. So you'll see that a lot in my videos. That's what I do right now. I work at UFC Gym. I'm a personal trainer full-time, and I have a little online coaching business, and that's pretty much my story. I'm trying to remember like everything that I put in the Nipple video because it was like 20 minutes and this is only like 5. Huh. Guess my nipple had a lot to say. Can't take it. I had to take a mini break because I have to go lift and I need to eat my pre-workout shake. Oh goodness. So when it's so good, the straw is just like, no, can't keep up with your mouth. In this shake is a banana. The reason why I'm telling you that there's a banana in here is because I haven't eaten a banana up until like this last like 2 weeks for probably 3 years, and I'm not kidding. I have not had bananas or fruit in like 3 years, which leads me to what I wanted to finish this video off with, which is competing. It's really cold, sorry. So competing. Okay. Zoning out because this is so good. It's just so good. It's just protein and banana and milk. I've been deprived for so long. That's the look that I used to like. Yeah. Anyway, when I started my prep, I got back to New York, started prep like that, like literally 3 days later. Such single pointed focus. Like I knew this is what I wanted, no other option. I wish I knew about the importance of posing then. I'm probably gonna like hate myself later. I'm gonna have to edit out all my drinking stages of this video. This is like really ridiculous. After that first show, I I had planned out to do nationals that year. Whatever, it just didn't work. But I stayed on prep for such an incredible length of time. I never reverse dieted. Nobody ever reverse dieted me. Nobody ever told me like, you need to take a break. And I don't understand that. Looking back at that now, like, you need to break when you compete. Your body doesn't change if you don't give it a chance to. I had my first off season, which was, whoa, what a freaking eye-opener. Gained probably 20 to 30 pounds, which is like my average after a show, no matter how hard I try, because no one ever reverse dieted me. I didn't know any better. Just was really unhappy with my body again, which was so hard because I had worked so hard for something that I loved and I couldn't obtain it. So I was back into that really unhappy, hateful place of wanting to fix myself and binge eating and these vicious cycles, and it sucked. And that happens with competitors a lot. And that's something that I really want to help people with, because 3 years later, I'm still struggling. It's really hard. You can't fix yourself. We all know that. We all know that you get to a certain age where you realize that you can't put yourself down to make yourself better. You have to do positive things to make yourself better. That's where I'm at right now. So after that first off season, I did about 2 more shows in bikini, and my natural build is just more muscular. I have broad shoulders, not such a small waist. I have ginormous legs, ginormous calves, holy freaking calves, like such big cows. Yeah, I know you guys are jealous. You guys with your skinny legs. Killed those next 2 shows. I had an incredible coach. That was an incredible journey. I had the best conditioning that I've ever had, but it was a lot of hard work. Almost went back to a vegan diet because I was so muscular. My body didn't want to get rid of the muscle. I was doing cardio, I was doing circuits, I was doing 30 rep leg workouts. God, I just cut off that muscle. I had to freaking cut my legs down and be told continuously how big my waist was compared to all the other girls, and you need to wear that squeam, 2 squeams, and duct tape it in the middle, and just like the things that competitors do is ridiculous. And it came to a point where that was all that I saw. It was just my big legs and my big waist, and I hated it. Like I loved it, but I hated it. And that's something that so many competitors struggled with. I took my second off season, which I went into more controllably with the intention to not get fat, which was a great intention. Still, never had anybody reverse diet me. I didn't have any guidance in my off season. And I struggled, and it's such a really hard battle when you go from somebody telling you exactly what to eat at each time and what to train at each time, and then you have your off season and it's like free for all. Do your own lifts, do your own nutrition, do your own refeeds, do whatever you want. So I did whatever I wanted and came back to that really ugly, unhappy place of like not liking myself, and it sucked again. What did I do? Wanted to get myself out of that hole. So it was time to compete again, right? Fuck no. Sorry for the curses, but fuck no. Looking back on it now, I was in the right frame of mind, but my body was not equipped to handle it because I didn't reverse diet. Decided I was going to do what my body wanted to do to follow my genetics, which was figure. So I did my first figure show. It was the worst prep that I've ever done. Just so incredibly difficult. I had so much going on at work. I didn't have any days off. Getting up at 6 in the morning, 2 hours of cardio every single day, an hour and a half lift, 30 reps. It was so insane. I was completely keto, which is 0 carbs in your diet. I was running off just protein and fats, and like a weekly cheat meal, which was like no bun, just, you know, some fries and grass-fed burger. I did that for a while and it sucked. I knew at the end of that prep, which was my last show that I did, which some of you guys might have followed me through Instagram, I knew at that point I was done. I knew that I needed to take a really long time off. I needed to get my life back. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I let that go. I know that I'm not done competing. I know that I need a break, and I know that my body needs more of a break than my mind. I'm not ready to make those sacrifices yet, and maybe some people would think that's a weakness, but I think it's a strength because I can admit to that. My body needs to regain control. I'm in a recovery mode right now, so my off-season coach is helping me just build my metabolism back up. I'm not in a reverse diet. I'm kind of just like fixing my metabolism. My point was that the carbs that I'm taking in right now are lower than what I had my very first prep. So my diet right now, in my off season, in my 3rd year of competing, is more restricted than it was my very first prep. That's crazy. That's a lot of damage. You need to have guidance in your off season, 110%. Do not prep if you don't have an off season plan. You will regret it heavily. And your body, you struggle for a while. And that's where I'm at today. That concludes it all. I want to make this channel, I don't know, I have a lot of goals. Love food. That's where Julie Foodie came from. I want to share that with you. And I also want to share workouts. And I want to talk about things like this because I think that I have a lot to say and I don't know where to say it. I'm going to end with this one lesson that I just learned from this video. I think that they're all going to teach me something. I hope that they all teach you something. This video taught me that any hole you are in, you put yourself there. I don't care how deep you are in, down that hole, whether it's 6 feet under, God, please not 6 feet under. Oh God, it's the bullish. Whether it's this much under the hole or this much under the hole, you can get yourself out, period. You pick yourself out of whatever hole you're in. And remember, if you put yourself down there, then you have the power to get yourself out. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these little anecdotes. Be sure to like and comment below because I love to hear from you guys.